It's a West versus East contest here in the Windy City of Chicago, and nothing tips off a broadcast like it.
Well, guys.
Well, you love that versatility, DA. Thank you. In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
You know, obviously the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel. Because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys or possibly trading somebody. But that's where communication comes in. You got to have it from management to coaching to players.
Players want to know, don't they? They don't want to be left in the dark. At least they want to know the lay of the land for them.
Most of the great organizations, the communication's out front, and that's what players love. They love the trust factor from management to coaches to organizations.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Thunder. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. Steven Adams is out there with Scott. And it's George in at the 3 slot. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Allen passes to Carter. Back to Allen. The 3. And the 3 ball is good. Allen's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is what it means to be a catalyst. His offense helps set the tone for a lot of what they do.
Scott against Markkanen. Scott can't get it to go. Here's Chicago. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Well, sometimes the away games brings guys together. It's you versus the world in that situation.
Allen against George. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
Allen. Dunn kicks to Levine. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Scott. Levine can't hit.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Here's Robertson. From deep. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. One of the standout performers recently. We have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
And you just look at the point totals that he has posted up during that time frame. Just some unreal numbers. Hard to argue with him as the pick when he is just putting up huge stats on offense and carrying this team with his scoring ability.
Markkanen dishes to Allen. Bucket is good. Allen's got 5.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
George finds Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Westbrook's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Passes it to Markkanen. Allen outside. And the pass to Levine. It's hauled in by George. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Robertson kicks to George. Pass to Robertson. On the wing, George. Over Allen. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Levine wide open. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
George with the ball. 20 points for him last game against the Heat in Miami.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Carter kicks to Levine. Allen outside. Out to the right wing. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Allen. Allen's got his third assist on the night. Thunder trailing by 3. Outside, George. Good on the triple. George has got 7 points. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the two meetings.
They really dominated them on both sides of the ball. We'll see if they have their number again this year.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
George against Markkanen. Stolen by Markkanen. In transition, here come the Bulls. Levine with the ball, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Defensively, this is what you want from Markkanen. Playing with confidence. Good things will happen, just like that turnover. You look at Lauri Markkanen. He's a 7-foot fluid basketball player. Most European players not known for their athleticism, but his mobility is pretty good for a player his size.
Chicago leading by 4 to the paint. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got his first points in this one.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Westbrook kicks to George. Here's Robertson, guarded by Levine. Scott the pass to George. And that one hits back iron.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Oklahoma City called for the foul. Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Parker's checked in for Carter. Evans comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Moutier in for Chris Dunn. And then for Oklahoma City, Grant comes in for Scott. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Andre Robertson. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
Westbrook kicks to George. Evans against Westbrook. Over Evans. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Markkanen dishes to Parker. Moutier pass to Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around to the inside. Allen, no stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on George.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Marjanovic checked in for the Bulls. The Thunder also changing it up. White, he's checked in for Adams. And McLemore's subbed in for Russell Westbrook. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Schroeder. And he's going up for the alley-oop and finished off by Wright.
He gives you a big target with those alley-oops. Wright shutting it down.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Allen against Schroeder. It's Allen on the wing. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Pass to McLemore. On the wing, George. beyond the arc. That shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. And the wide open shot from Evans. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Outside, George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Now when it comes to getting fans out of their seats, the crossover dribble does it every time. It's so fun to watch. Who are some of the best doing that, you think, Steve?
You know, Kyrie Irving,
Yes.
Steph Curry, Chris Paul, John Wall, James Harden, Jamal Crawford. Those are the guys and names that just stand out. Those are the guys that make the Smitty's top 5 plays under the rim.
Irving's handle is just phenomenal, I think, don't you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think he's the top of his class.
Allen finds Parker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Parker's got his first points in this one. Thunder trailing by 10. Now, here's George. 7 points in the game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
So he gets them both. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Here's Parker. Kicks it out to Allen. Misses the 3. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Snatched up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And taking a look here at the numbers for George, he's coming off an excellent season. Averaged 25 points per game last season, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
Tyreek has solid floor awareness, outstanding at knowing when one of his guys is open.
Passes it to McLemore. And it's Grant in the corner. The pass to George. Schroeder, left side. A 3-ball. Chicago grabs the miss.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
And the 3-ball is good. George has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for Oklahoma City. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Bulls. They lead by 7. Kicks it to Allen. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Pass to Moutier. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement.
The winners of 6 championship titles, the Chicago Bulls, all in the 1990s, and all with Jordan and Pippen.
Well, the Bulls rebuilt their team a couple times, but then things would unravel.
Yeah, you had the Derrick Rose years. He won league MVP playing for the Bulls. Then you had Jimmy Butler. He gets traded. They continue to search for that championship formula once again.
And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Emmanuel Moutier out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Allen in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Pacers had a huge game. He had 52 points, and that was just the start of it. We wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Hey, David, thanks very much. He's one of those players who can do remarkable things on any given night, in any given game. That was a special game he played.
And it wasn't just the performance, guys, but really his preparation. He knew the right way to attack in every situation.
And that was the beauty of it. His ability to read and react to whatever they threw at him.
Westbrook scanning the floor. They need this, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Another shot. No good. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Allen. The Thunder pull it in. George has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Robertson. The shot. No good. Good work defensively by Carter. Paul George with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma.
Whoa! Yes. And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Allen left side. Back to Levine. Down low, Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Here's George. That's in for his fifth field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. When you played on the road, Smitty, just how much did you hear comments from the crowd? Home or away, but I'm guessing more on the road than at home.
Yeah, on the road, you hear some interesting comments, Kevin, from a lot of the fans. And a lot of times, I didn't want to drown it out. I wanted to hear because it fueled me. And to get a chance to, I wouldn't say engage. I would tell young players not to engage. But the one thing I would do, Kevin, when you get going, you just kind of catch that fan. You get eye contact, and you give them that smile. And that's when I think you really attack them by your facial expressions.
Good explanation. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
And that's his third foul. The chance you take leaving him in with two. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Bulls making a switch here. Blakeney's checked in. Allen passes to Markkanen. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, Blakeney misses. Thunder trailing by 9. Inside. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Allen kicks to Carter. Back to Allen. Over George. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 9.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
George against Allen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for Chicago.
And their big men have taken an active role here as far as distribution is concerned. When you can see over the defense, a lot of times you have an angle to create a pass that might not be there for a smaller man.
Here's Levine. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 11.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this lead.
And George kicks to Westbrook. Offline with his three.
You know, and I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just one made shot in the first.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
1:25 left to play here in the half. Can't cash in from close range.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Unloads from 13. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Levine. Levine's got 3 assists tonight. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 14-point game. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Pass to George. There's the three. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 18 points.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Allen dishes to Carter, and then Carter with the jam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Levine can't hit.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
Here's George. Money from the wing. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Allen's shot is off. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So and there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
You see the defense trying to make an adjustment, but it's hard when he's hitting from that far away.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Robertson and George fill out the wings. Scott is out there with Steven Adams. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. And it's the Bulls with the ball. To the paint, here's Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Thunder trailing by 13. Westbrook kicks to George. Stolen by Allen. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. And the shot goes in. Dunn's got his second basket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Outside, Scott. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's George. Excellent D there from Allen.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Levine. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Stolen by Markkanen. Allen outside. Westbrook against Dunn. Now the feed to Carter. Allen outside. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Markkanen, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Robertson kicks to George. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Bulls leading by 16. Dunn passes to Allen. Over Westbrook. Misses off the left iron. Oklahoma City shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Here's Robertson. Guarded by Levine. For 3. Westbrook doesn't go that time. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. It's Allen on the win. From beyond the arc, another 3 for Chicago.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Steve, when you look back at your career, which years do you remember playing your best brand of basketball?
You know, I think obviously when you're younger, you feel like you have more of an impact with your skill level to go along with your athleticism. I think my best run was about a 5 or 6 year run when I was playing with the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Those 2 teams, I think I had my best run.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Marjanovic checked in for Carter. Jabari Parker comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And Tyreke Evans is subbed in for Levine. Scott kicks to Westbrook. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Marjanovic, no good.
A mix-up with the defense leaves him wide open from mid-range, a shot he usually makes.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
I just hate seeing this, but no need to jump the gun. Let's see what it turns out to be.
Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Russell Westbrook.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. He had a strong showing last season. 4th in field goal percentage, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Steve, you wonder, had Evans not had all the injuries, how great he could have been.
Well, he has all the skills. He has good size for a guard. He's athletic. So the ability is there, but you have to manage his minutes. That's just the reality.
Schroeder finds Adams to stop the run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing. And Steven Adams came into this league at 19 already a physical specimen and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Tipped away. Now running up the court, Evans trying to push it up. Here's Allen. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists now in this one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Adams down low. Marjanovic on him. Adams' shot is off. The Bulls have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the 3rd. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been 1 step ahead of the defense all game long. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
McLemore, the pass to Schroeder. Shoots from the baseline, and he hits the jump shot. Schroeder's got 11 points. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Evans makes it off the glass. Evans has got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And George kicks to McLemore. George with the bounce pass. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. They get a hand on it. Scott, good. Scott's got his second basket of the night.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Allen kicks to Levine. Carter dishes to Allen. Back to Carter. And here's Levine. He's got 13. To the middle. Here's Allen. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And this will be his second and third shots to the line here.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 15 seconds left to play in the third. George against Allen. And the first one drops. And George drops them both.
Get open, he's free.
Dunn looking over the floor. Here's Allen. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We should never get beat like that in transition with a...
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Oklahoma City shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Then there's Allen. And it's Felicio in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Diallo kicks to Scott. And the layup's good off the glass. Scott's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Oklahoma City. Dunn passes to Allen. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Passes to Dunn. Levine finds Allen. 6 to shoot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They got a monster league that's taking a life of its own.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and it's Andre Robertson in for Diallo. Inside, Markkanen kicks to Dunn. And there's the pass to Allen. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. Scott dishes to Robertson. Back to Scott. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. George against Allen. The dish to Parker. Back to Allen. Pass to Parker. And it's Dunn in the corner. Over Westbrook. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
The shot's good from Robertson. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Dunn passes to Markkanen. Allen for the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Scott's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle, here's George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. When you look around the NBA, are there any small issues you think could grow into bigger issues, Steve, going forward?
Well, I think the one issue right now is what are teams doing at the end of the year versus trying to stay competitive and win games or trying to look possibly down in the NBA draft lottery.
Right.
I think that's one of those problems that we have to address. I think also small markets, I don't think that's much of a problem if you have organizations in the forefront. Winning is in the forefront. I don't think whether it's small market or big market, guys do look at that as far as endorsements, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
And finished off by Scott.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Allen finds Levine. Back to Allen. Parker left side. Allen against George. Here's Dunn. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
You know, this is where Dunn's best, shooting the jumper.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Here's Robertson. Now Westbrook over Dunn. That one a little long. We know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personal. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand,
yes,
and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
Back to Levine. Allen outside. He kicks to Parker. So the wing on the left. Here's Dunn. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's George. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. George has got 28.
The defense has to be better. When he gets those looks, he usually knocks them down with ease, like he did there.
Pass to Dunn. Over Westbrook. And another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Adams outside. There's the double team with Allen. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. A three-pointer off the mark. The Bulls leading by 23. Pass to Allen. Dishes it to Markkanen. The pass to Levine. Dunn against Westbrook. Dunn passes to Allen. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. Drills it from outside. 21 points in the game.
From distance, Markkanen with the picture-perfect mechanics and the height to almost always get a clean look.
Westbrook kicks to Scott. In the corner, George with it. And they pick up two. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
Markkanen passes to Parker. And here is Markkanen. He's covered by Westbrook. And it's Allen slamming it down.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Westbrook kicks to George. NBA awards are voted on by broadcasters and writers around the NBA. Do you think that's the best way, Steve, to pick an MVP?
Well, I really think in some kind of way you got to have players more involved, being able to come out and be able to pick the MVP because these are the players that are going up against these guys. I also would love to see where we have more of the defensive player of the year during the offseason, the rookie of the year in the offseason. Obviously giving out more of those awards for the playoffs as well.
And you got to, of course, beware of it becoming a popularity contest, too.
Yes, totally.
2 on the clock. Here's Robertson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Another possession, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Pass to George. Back to Scott. The shot's good on the assist by George.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Oklahoma City. Unfortunately, it does not look good at all. That is such a tough blow to take at the early stage of this season. Hopefully, with it being early, he can recover and help this team down the road. Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
I know he'll fight back hard to get back on the floor. He wants to be out here with his teammates.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Count that one.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Allen against George. Allen passes to Markkanen. Outside, Levine. To the inside, Allen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook.
I love how hard he's playing, really since the break. All the defense can do at this point is foul him.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Grant comes in for Mike Scott. And McLemore's subbed in for Robertson. And Patterson kicks to Grant. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Allen against George. Over Allen. And it's George missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Allen dishes to Valentine. Back to Allen. Mudiay finds Marjanovic. And here is Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Count it. Westbrook's got 20 points. NBA wants to keep things competitive, and one way to do that was to make some changes, Steve, to the draft lottery odds. Do you think it'll be enough?
You know, I think it's the right call for them. I think the bottom 3 teams all have the same odds for the top 3 spots now. And it'll be much more even to distribute the odds for the back half of the lottery.
The first free throw is good. Scotty's checked in for Paul George. And Allen drops them both. So here's Westbrook. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Allen.
You know what stood out to me was the anticipation defensively. He sensed what the offense wanted to run, then found ways to disrupt that and cause turnovers.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Grant the pass to Scott. He's looking for Patterson and finds him, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
Allen kicks to Valentine. Over Grant. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Back to Westbrook. Boudier with the rebound. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. And that'll be his third foul so far. 6 seconds left in the game. Westbrook with it. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance